Ring, ring, ring. My mom's phone buzzed. I always wanted to be a bat boy, and now I might get the chance to. And I didn't want to fail. Hello, my mom said. Yes. Yeah, sure, you would love to. Then my mom hung up. Aaron, my mom whispered like she was about to surprise me with something. Yeah, I responded. Well, I just got a call from Coach Mendoza. He is the manager of the Mets, and he asked if you wanted to be a bat boy for the Mets, my mom said. Boy, am I glad that my mom's cousins was one of the Mets players, I said. OMG, I would love to, I screamed. Okay, then I'll take you to the train at 7 a.m. sharp. So get some sleep tonight, honey, my mom said. Good night, Mom, I said before getting into bed. Good night, Aaron, she responded. Then I flopped onto my bed and fell asleep before I could even put on my pajamas. Beep, 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 my alarm sounded. I leaped out of bed and ran to my closet to grab my Francisco Lindor jersey. I ran downstairs. Today was the big day. Today was the day I started my job as a bat boy for the Mets. I was so excited I didn't even eat breakfast. Come on, I yelled to my mom from the kitchen. You have to eat breakfast or else we'll be starving on the train, my mom shouted back from her bedroom. I'm not hungry, I responded. Suit yourself, my mom said back. I quickly put on my shoes and ran out the door to the front yard. I even had 5 minutes to play basketball before my mom came out the door. We jumped into the car and started the drive to the train station. Finally, we arrived at the train station and hopped on the train. We arrived at Citi Field an hour later. Today, the Mets were playing the Seattle Mariners. I went into the players' entrance. Hello, you must be Aaron, said a big boomy voice. I'm Pete Alonso. He stuck out his hand and I shook it in my most polite way. It was big and sweaty. He patted me on the back 3 times and we went into the clubhouse to meet the other players. We walked towards the clubhouse. Along the way, he said, Did you know that I have a lucky first baseman's mitt? Really, I have a lucky infielder's glove, I said. Come on, we need to go quick so I can warm up before the game starts, Pete said. We quickly ran into the clubhouse. You should go into the dugout and meet the manager. If he needs you to do something, he'll take you into the manager's office, okay? Pete said. Okay, I responded. I ran into the dugout to meet the manager. Inside the dugout, I talked with the manager until Pete Alonso came up to us and screamed, Someone stole my glove. I immediately ran down the steps and ran into the clubhouse to start the search for the stolen glove. I looked in his locker. I looked everywhere. Then I found it in his outfit. A note that said, If you want the glove, come to apartment 302 in the East Village. P.S. If you want the glove, bring $500. I gave Pete a worried look. Grab a taxi. We're going to the East Village, I said. Why? Pete asked. Because we're going to make something right, I said proudly. Then we got into the taxi and started the ride to the East Village. On the way, we talked about how good the Mets might be during the postseason. 10 minutes later, we got out of the taxi and started to walk down 34th Street towards apartment 302. And that's when I remembered I had some baseball cards in my pocket. Hey, Pete, change of course. Where's the nearest card store? I asked. The nearest card store is to your right, Pete said. I glanced to my right, and there it was, USA Card Store in big bold letters. We walked into the store, and I reached in my pocket to grab my cards. I placed them down on the counter and asked, how much are all these cards together? That'll be $501, the man at the counter said. Okay, we will take it, I said. We went outside. Come on, I said. We don't have all day, we have a game tonight, I said. We sprinted towards apartment 302. I really hoped that we would get that glove back because if we didn't, I might get fired. Finally, we arrived at the lobby of the apartment and we ran inside. We ran to the elevator and pressed the button to room 29. We stepped inside and there was a glove, ready to be back on Pete's hand.